YouTube, hello and welcome to the stream. I'm a few minutes late, but it's a-okay because we're on part 15. You're gonna get 2 parts back to back on top of a 33 Immortals as well as a YouTube short. I mean, things gonna go crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, we gotta get in the game because we're also gonna be playing Payday 2 later today with the Doggers 12, the A Squirrel Nuts, the Kiwo Kiwi. Good times, good times. So let's go and see if we can go into Solace Keep today, and continue our adventures. Last time we may have gotten a negotiation, what is it? Negotiation token? Something to haggle in negotiations with Amalia. As well as a sick upgrade that makes it to where I can stun execute these enemies. I'm also going to move my face over here. I think I left it in the left corner yesterday. Which, my apologies. Rewarding. Okay.
That's all of them.
I didn't think it was that far of a drop, except it kind of was completely. But yeah, Dan, how are you liking Atomfall? I've not seen any reviews nor looked at any gameplay on it, but I think I heard it was like British Fallout. Also, was there an update to the game? I'm playing on performance. The game feels smoother than it was yesterday. Huh, alright. Just make sure. Let's go. Running, running, and running. I feel like I'm not going to buy Atomfall, and just watching someone else is fine enough for me. Some of the characters are fun, but the combat is kind of generic. It's supposedly 12 hours long and has 5 endings, so it's got some replayability. Interesting. Okay. That's fair. I feel that way with some games, where it's like, I really want to watch this, even if it's not my gameplay cup of tea. I feel that way with Death Stranding. I'm home from work. Hi, Nemo. Is that me, Matt?
Just
with
let
the
me
raid?
this.
Holy moly, gamers! Hello.
Marius?
Hi.
No.
The goose is loose, and
You
we're
must
last
be a
playing some
ghost.
Baldur's Gate 3.
curse.
Ah, thank you so much, y'all.
That would
Coming
be
in,
news to me.
raiding as we
You-
just started playing Avowed.
You.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, YouTube, we're going to take a quick little moment right here to say hi to the folks coming in, and we'll be right back to you. YouTube, we're back. Okay. Warden Cosman is surprised that Marius is alive. He must be a ghost. Oh, golly.
Asshole! You show your face now?
Hello, YouTube.
Now?
You missed him, didn't ya?
Several times.
but I hit more than I missed.
Oh?
We used to be friends. Or so I thought. But then this Jitule left. Unannounced.
Bastard.
No note, no nothing. Didn't even say goodbye to Ianku.
Ianku. Hold up. Warden of Solace, who has a long, complicated history with Marius.
And now you cozy up here?
Spicy.
After 3 years? With
Think
an Adir and
jinx?
godlike, no less? No offense.
Hey! What is that supposed to mean? I'm just a messenger. Just kidding. I like being the Emperor's envoy. I like feeling like I have sway in this game, which is one of my favorite things about it. I feel like a lot of RPGs right now kind of take the reins away from you a little bit, and like your choices aren't having a lot of impact. Dragon Age the Veilguard. But very good playable game. As a Dragon Age fan, I love it. But I didn't love that I just didn't have a lot of agency as the character. I felt like my character that I made could have been replaced with any other generic other character. And kind of wish that they like leaned more into being like, this is like Geralt of Rivia, you know what I mean? Like it's one character. Anyway, I am a gun-toting augur. I got 2 irons on my hip and a big one on my back. It's great. I don't have time for your theatrics. We need to speak to the council immediately. Some taken. Some taken's kind of funny.
What are you all doing at the ass end of the living lands anyway?
You know I wouldn't be
Like
here
it's
if
not
it
even
wasn't
a glitch or a
important.
cheese thing. It's a
We need to speak
genuine
to the
method of
council.
freeing him. Oh, that's
You know
funny.
the rules. Outsiders cannot enter without express permission of the council.
Or with an honored warden.
Which you are not. I shouldn't even be talking to either of you.
Was
It's
he an
forbidden.
honored warden? We still don't know anything about Marius. I love the saying ass end. My only issue with my arquebus is the fact that he's got that big orb on the end. Like it looks weird. Right? It looks like a nipple. I'm just saying. Alright, the threat you face is beyond your comprehension. Your very soul is in peril. The steel garrote are already in Gallowayne's tusks. Soulless Keep may be in danger. Ding ding ding.
Ha!
I
If those bastards
avowed
were
to
here,
make
we-
progress. Progress
And if
was
they
made.
came
8
for
hours
us,
of game
we'd
dev.
kill them. Simple as that.
Ah, I hope you had fun with Corekeeper
Huh.
last night,
Then I
Chef.
guess we have
Welcome to
nothing to worry about.
gamers.
Solace is saved, and we didn't even have
Hello,
to do
hello,
anything.
hello. How are y'all doing today? Do you see what you want to see? You got that right. Anyway, whoa, weird cough. Game Raiders. Oh my god. Welcome in. The Dream Scourge is tearing the living lands apart. We're going to stop it.
Then you're wasting your time.
And then
We don't have any of
We're
that
gonna
plague
stop
business in our
the dialogue for a second and say hi to the Raiders coming in with creative ways. Chef. So burp YouTube. Everything just works. It's very satisfying. You were talking about Corekeeper YouTube. I don't know much about it.
Cosmine, you're doing that thing you always do when you're lying.
Oh, he knows.
I didn't lie. There haven't been any dream trolls in Solace Keep.
And once again, I'm here waiting for your butt.
But there are rumors from the living archives. Sleepwalking, mad talking. Kostya told us it was the fumes from the volcano.
Kostya? What's that? That's one thing, gamers. If you've not seen a lot of gameplay on Avowed, I can absolutely say is amazing in this game. The dialogue history and lore button, being able to have information that, like, is happening in the dialogue is so handy. Member of Solace Keep's Council, vocal advocate of the end of the park-rooted tradition of isolationism. So Kostya's who we need to talk to in order to have even more footing in the conversation with Amalia, I think. Regular Tuesday, which is pretty good going for recently. Nice! Earthly vapors may stimulate the mind, but I fear this madness has a divine origin. It's the Dream Scourge, Cosmine. And Adir has sent me to stop it.
I never trusted an outsider, much less an Adiran. But I never thought Marius would either.
Come on, Cosmine. Have I ever lied to you when it really counted?
Gods damn it. I'm going to regret this, aren't I? I'll let you in, but be warned.
Not to mention
Solace
that
is
any
not
more,
as it
no,
was,
any
Marius.
important lore words
I
will be
doubt
highlighted
it.
through the
Nothing
entirety
really
of the game.
changes in Solace.
It's so nice.
You'll see for yourself. The council isn't what it was. Keep a watchful eye.
At the beginning of the
Load it
game,
on
you'll be
down.
talking about
Quickly
Aethys,
now.
and then you're like already here, and you're like, who is that
All
again?
that. For us?
Just be aware, people of Solace are just as stubborn as its walls.
And if you needed more to be like, oh, maybe I should check this game out. This game's on Game Pass. And
Gods.
Kai,
Here we go.
right here, our little blue guy,
Deep breaths, Marius.
that's Garrus
Right here.
Vakarian's voice actor, Brandon Keener, right there. And while there isn't kisses in this game, I think I'm on the right track for getting a card at the end of the game telling me that he loves me. I don't know, but I'm hoping. I'll take long-lasting friendship too. That's really what I'm looking for.
If it's the new recruit playing games again, I'm going to... Your face... It's just like... No. It's the lack of sleep. It's impossible.
Alright,
But still...
time to loot everything you guys own. I'm gonna need money! For a little bit of context as well, why they're kind of surprised with the way that we look. Our character has mushrooms going out of our face, and that means we are a godlike. We came to this island not really knowing what a godlike is, or not a godlike, what god our god is that we were a godlike of. But we have recently found that out, and we look like one of their dead ancestors. And like a really important one, like founded the city important. So we have a little bit of leeway on top of being a envoy of the Empire of Adir, which isn't great all the time because they're kind of like, what is the word? They do a lot of expansion, so not great. Prime sub renewed, let's go. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Stu. Utilizing your free Prime sub this month on little old me? Now I'm on it.
You look just like Nandru. You have his markings. The council is going to lose its mind.
Mihala is going to... I don't even know what Mihala is going to do. This has never happened.
Duty won't feed us, Mother. Duty won't keep us from dying.
How dare you talk to your mother that way?
There you go. On that note, I do have to go. Have a good stream. Might drop in later if you're still alive. Later, not earlier. Have a good one. Thanks for the raid, Stu. You started the big raid train.
But
It's pretty
Kostya
cool.
says that Solace Keep is nothing but a crypt. We'll die in here.
I'll give
I'm
Stu
so
another
tired
shout out
of
as well for
listening to you.
starting the whole
Kostya
train up.
this, Kostya that. Solace Keep
Did it work?
protects us all. I don't want to hear another word.
I don't think it. Don't think it worked. Did it? It didn't. Solace Keep protects us all. I don't want to hear another word. What's going on here?
An outlander.
Don't mean to be disrespectful,
I really appreciate
but
that,
we'd
Squirrel.
prefer not to deal with your kind. What's wrong with talking to the Outlander, We need outside opinions. We need medicine. You're sick, Mother. Pargrunen affairs are Pargrunen affairs. We don't speak of them to outsiders. Even if it costs you your life, Mother? You'd rather die than ask for help from an Outlander?
Kostya has a lot to answer for. Poisoning our youth's minds with these ideas.
Poisoning is a strong choice of words.
Solace Keep's matters are for Solace Keep's wardens. Stay out of it.
Why won't you listen? If we don't change our ways, the Pargrunen are done for.
I don't want to hear another word of this.
An outlander.
Alright, now we go in. Making our way into the keep. Doodly doodly doo.
Is that Marius? He's alive?
Welcome back to Wodika's nails. An outsider.
Help wanted. Repair the godless aqueducts. You all keep asking me how we can pump more water from the springs, and I keep telling you the same thing. We can't. What we can do is repair the old aqueducts out by slumbering fields. They worked for the godless centuries ago. They just need a little upkeep now. If you're tired of tasting sulfur in your water, then join my small expeditionary team to take stock in repairs. If the godless left functional aqueducts behind, we should consider them a gift of Abaddon. There's no reason we shouldn't use them. Come find me by the fountains on the second floor of the keep if you're interested. Gabriel. Chief Engineer Gabriel. Also, gamers, another thing if you've not seen this game before, look at my favorite system of food ever. If I need healing, I will eat some, like, I'll use this button and then it creates like a little like meter over by my health bar. And then anytime I take damage out of combat, it instantly regenerates it like pretty quickly. And it's super handy. The same for the purple bar at the bottom. Plus, other food you make has the abilities to give additional effects like stat boosts. And this one gives the ability to give all attributes in a conversation, making it super easy to be that suave, awesome gamer we all love to be in games like this. And if you don't, well, you can always spec into the one skill that you like, which is, whichever. They also have a lot of really cool stat boosts and other stuff too.
Sanctuary of Nandro. Hasn't changed a bit.
It is carved from stone.
Fair enough. Alright, we got some shopping to do. Chef?
Listen, everyone wants seconds, okay? You can get back in line or wait until next meal.
Yes, chef. If everyone wants seconds, you must be a good cook.
Very funny, pal. I should... Oh, well, then thank you, outsider. Compliments here are scarce. I am the ringleader of the circus. No one does anything without a belly full of whatever we're warming up here today. Honestly, Marius here would catch something better than I could rustle up for you.
Nah, I just do what I do. You make last week's salt pork taste like this week's salt pork.
That's huge.
Take a compliment, Amakul. You're a good hunter. Always were. I have a little time to chat right now. What can I do for you?
Doesn't seem like the farms outside Solace were producing very much.
I doubt they ever will. The land here doesn't yield much, as you saw. And our livestock usually has many more legs than we do. We sometimes send wardens to the Twinewood to hunt, but that brings other dangers. I wish there was more we could do, but tradition is law, right? Of course, that means I have to be creative, to find ways to make everything edible and palatable, at least.
You have to take what you get and learn to live with it. With land this barren, you eat for survival, not pleasure. You don't seem satisfied with the way things are. Yeah.
Between you and me, I'm not. It's no secret that eating brownish stew surprise gets old after a while. Councillor Kostia wants things to change around here. He wants to work with the other settlements to increase trade. Imagine it. Fish from Thirdborn, wild game from Paradis, produce from Fior Messiverno.
What's the downside?
Tradition says we have to survive without help from the outside world, or we'll never survive. Tradition has kept these walls standing. It makes sense why we'd be slow to risk losing that.
So what's for dinner?
Well, it's, I couldn't tell you. And I skinned it myself. Best of luck out there, my friends. And stay away from this stew.
Can I buy something
Greetings.
though?
What can I do for my new friend?
Food restores 40% health and essence. What a lovely ring, though. The useful but modest enchantment on this ring is at odds with its over-the-top, extravagant design. The base, a heavy band with the highest quality gold, is worth a fair price in its own right, but the numerous diamonds embedded into it propel that value into something most people really couldn't comprehend. Whoever used such an expensive piece of jewelry as its host to this enchantment must have had far more wealth than they knew what to do with. Yeah. I don't really need the other stuff.
Maybe we should open up for more trade.
You think Kostya's right?
Bounty.
Feel like
Think of the salted fish we could get.
welcome to the Tusks, outsider. Be courteous while in Solace's halls, and you shall remain welcome. Check the board for bounties. Anything catch your eye, feel free to take it on. You'll be rewarded accordingly.
So nobody else available to deal with these?
No. Our fighters are more than capable, but they are stretched thin. Times are hard. But that's life here in the Tusks.
Or do these creatures need to be killed?
Resources are scarce out here. We need to cull the competition if we are to survive.
Damn, okay.
Be safe out there.
A reward will be given for killing a foul, undead creature that has been seen wandering the ash forest. For some reason, it's taken up residence in the forest crater. Its very existence is an affront to Wodaka. Cleanse the tusk of its foul
Put that
presence.
poor husk out of its misery. Destroy it, so that the soul within can be freed.
Spore King, an exceptionally territorial sporling, has been causing havoc in the slumbering fields. It's believed to have been around since before even Nandru's time, but it's causing difficulty for our engineers and wardens that are trying to ensure fresh water continues flowing to Solace Keep. This creature must be destroyed for all of our sakes.
We've taken to calling it the Spore King. Not sure when it started or who is to blame, but the name stuck. Unfortunately.
These two, we tried to fight them and they kicked our ass. Reward will be given for killing the pair of ogres that have taken up residence in the old godless shrine. They are extremely aggressive and refuse any attempts to communicate. Worse, they've slain multiple wardens patrolling the area. Kongasar and Krusta must be eliminated.
Be careful with those ogres. Bastards are tough.
Erval now. Killing the fiend. This massive bear infected by the dream scourge has been spotted in the twinned wood. The godforsaken beast has slain some of Solace's best wardens. It threatens the safety of our people.
Be careful. Some of our best wardens were lost to that thing. Bereth guide their souls to a better life.
Renato's dispatch. Oh my god, this is Sansa's stuff again. This one guy, he's a cartographer. His name's Sansa, has been sending people out to cartograph the island. Every single one of these people has ended up dead. So, I'm blaming Sansa. Some Nindu from Paradise reports his assistant Renato is missing somewhere in the Tusks. A reward has been offered for the return of Renato's cartographic notes. Below is his last correspondence, in case he's not already dead. Sansa, my good man, work is still proceeding apace. It's rocky going, though. Hot and cold and windy, all in the same day. Hope to reach Solace Keep tomorrow. Looking forward to the local cuisine. These wilds are a test of what one considers edible. I'll have the geologic feature data sent your way as soon as I find anything resembling a courier post. The Pargrunen are skeptical of outsiders, to put it delicately. I'm not sure what a Nimdu is, but I've been called it 3 times. Any longer, and I might not be above bribing a merchant caravan to carry it. If I've learned one thing about the Tusks, is that a fella has to do what it takes. Alright, Kai. Come on. There we go. Attention! A reward will be given for killing a deadly beetle matriarch. It has established a large nest in Galawain's tusk and is breeding at an alarming rate. Remove the menace and stem the beetle and stem this menace and there we go. Remove this menace and stem the beetle invasion plaguing the region.
Be careful with this one. We believe it's the source of the beetles infesting the region.
Okay. Got all that together.
Mihala understands the importance of tradition. Nandru chose this
Loot.
place for a reason.
Loot.
Mihala is to blame. We need to open our gates to the world, lest it's...
Exactly.
Give me the...
Absolutely.
It's right there.
Can you imagine if we had access to fresh crops from here? Or all of the...
As long as we lend our strength to Mihala, we won't.
Then perhaps it's time for a change.
Captain Joffrey.
So you're the outsiders my guards let into the keep. Sucker. Now I'm going to have to deal with Kazmin. And you're accompanied by a deserter.
There's the Joffrey I know. Still calling your parents by their first names.
Yes, I am. Every time I visit them. You should try it sometime. If you've a complaint, can it wait? I'm already dealing with enough.
That's some way to treat the envoy of Adir.
I don't care who you are. Unless the council has approved it,
Fair enough.
no outsiders are allowed in the keep. And now one of my wardens has let you in. Mihala is going to ream me for this.
Prominent member of the Solace Council and adherent to the traditions. Okay. Is it really that bad?
Gods, yes. The wardens take an oath to protect the keep. That includes outside influences. Not that you'd know, but the council isn't known for their temperance. None of this is even my job. Not really, anyway. Mihala ordered me to take over for our Captain Petru until he comes back, but it's been weeks and no one's heard anything.
What happened to him?
If I knew, I wouldn't be talking to you, Nimdut. Mihala said it was council business, but there's nothing in his office. No journal, nothing. One of my wardens, Mina, is convinced something happened to him, but I don't have the time or resources to spare.
What kind of something?
Wish I knew. Mina's been distraught ever since Petru disappeared, so I've relieved her of her duties. I can't have one of my wardens like this, drunk and useless. She's likely over in the bar, drowning her sorrows. If there's anything to know about Petru, she'd know it.
Odd for the captain of the guard to disappear like that. Let's look into this.
Wake up, Mother. It's me. Oh, my dear. It's been so long. How is my grandson, that little blight? Mother, I saw you earlier. Don't you remember? No, my little grab. I'm sorry. But where is your boy? He's just on patrol. He'll be back soon.
Alright, I need to make sure I have like a fast travel around here. Well, I guess it actually isn't that big of a deal. Because one thing this game does that's really cool is I can go and take a camp. Take a camp rest. Say hi to the team, what they want to talk about, and then go right back where I was.
Envoy? Sorry. I've been in my head ever since we left Solace. Thinking about the village.
What about it?
What if I get there and... oh, I don't know, I fall apart. Memories flood in and I don't know who I am anymore. Or worse. What if it's nothing?
Adamfall has 0 fast travel and I feel it. I realize now why AF isn't hitting me. It's not Avowed. I think I got spoiled by the combat and exploration. Yeah? Traversal is a really big part in games. That really, like, keep you, like... if it's exciting to explore... I mean, I feel like it's a much more enjoyable game. If you feel this strongly about it, it's not nothing. You're stronger than all that, Marius. You will overcome this. I'll tell them that.
I appreciate that, Envoy. I just wish I believed it. There was a story. The warden who saw the future.
What was it about?
There was a young warden who thought she could see the future. She'd think about things and they would come to pass. She was worried about her father falling ill, and he did. She feared her friend would die of exposure. It happened.
Sadro. Back in my day, no fast travel, 5 miles uphill in the snow both ways. Oh, that was a reply. My bad, I didn't see that. But that's still funny. Were you the young warden? Go on.
One day, she was with her patrol unit guarding a watchtower, and she was struck by a terrifying thought. She just knew in her gut that Solace was under attack. Zareps, or ogres, or fire blights from the wastes.
So she left her post to stop the attack?
Oh, you've heard this one. The young warden tried to alert her unit, but they didn't seem concerned. They said she was delusional. So she left the tower to go protect Solace. And she found nothing there. Meanwhile, her post came under attack. Her whole unit was killed because she abandoned it.
And Solace sentenced her to prison for dereliction of duty?
The story ended before that part. Huh. Probably, though. What if I'm seeing the future? I can't stop thinking about this village, as if I'm trying to predict what will happen.
You sought help from your unit. We're here to support you.
Well, I'm fortunate to have you all here.
We'll never leave you alone,
Anyway,
Marius. I actually thought he was
appreciate the
going to leave
talk,
the party
Envoy.
for a minute.
I clearly have some things to figure out. Anyway. You too.
Kai, do you have anything?
How is it that the air up here is both thinner and thicker? Night, Envoy.
Do we have anything we can upgrade? Nope. Just while meeting the council, we'll bring Marius. I do want to bring Yatsley back to the team, though. I liked her in battle more. She took a lot of aggro, as well as, Kai.
Where is that caravan? The wardens from the tower sent word to expect one.
Wodica, huh? Guess the Pargrunen have that in common with that here.
Nandru looked to Wodica for inspiration when he created the traditions and laws of Solace.
Someone sent word.
You must be the outsider I've heard so much about, yes? I am pleased to meet you.
Oh?
Bolty? Is that you?
Marius? Won't the Commandant be surprised? What can I do for Solace's most fascinating guests?
What's your role?
I am an attendant of the Council of Solace. I do whatever they ask of me, frankly. Currently,
Gotta go
it's
get
my
the
honor to watch
copies.
over the Shrine of Wodica and keep it as pristine as the goddess herself.
You mean it's your honor to stay where the council can keep an eye on you?
I have to know what that's about.
The way I heard it,
His role.
Bolty had a reputation
moving
for
at a
taking
slower
things from the
frame rate
armory
than
and
everyone
selling
else.
them to traders
Yeah.
for a profit.
I paid my debt to Solace. I have changed.
Yeah, well, the council is keeping you close by, just in case you haven't.
I'll be going now. But what do you have?
Good.
Ultrabon. I do need that. Blade that hungers. I really need it. Oh god, you're right. It's just him. Yeah. Piece of parchment contains a common prayer to Wodika. Oathbinder, hear our voices. Lead us to speak truth and receive it in kind. Protect us as we walk the prescribed path. Calm our minds as we make difficult choices. Show us how to untie the knots of lies and sentiment. And bring us closer to your broken throne where justice awaits those who serve justice. Piece of candy. I was like, oh, it must be the game or something, but Maria's moving perfectly fine. Yeah. And I'm playing on performance mode on the Xbox Series X, so I'm just like...
Pride in our home, fellow Pagrunin, for Solace is an impenetrable fortress that can withstand any assault.
Never.
It leaves a little bit to be desired.
Luster.
It's not the content, but the interpretation that bothers me.
Hello?
Move along, outsider. Consultation hours are... Oh my.
Does something matter? You're staring at my face, aren't you?
Well, you must admit, it is striking.
What can you... Your philosophy seems controversial.
All philosophy is controversial here. Thoughts that do not challenge tradition might as well be tradition themselves.
What can you tell me of Nandru?
Ah, our beloved founder.
Chat.
Nandru sought to create a sanctuary in the deadliest part of the island. He called it Solace.
These chips are the freaking best.
Many
oh, no, wait.
believe Nandru was led here by a spirit
I freaking
guardian
love
of some
these.
kind.
They're so good.
Others believe he was simply an excellent judge of location. Regardless, many of his traditions remain in place to this day, while others may have fallen by the wayside.
How have Nandru's traditions changed?
If you ask these absolute Zaribs, they'd say not at all. I maintain that our solace is more in Sorina's vision than Nandru's. Our founder envisioned a safe place for all who reside or explore in the Tusks. An admirable goal, certainly. Sorina's vision was more about safety for the people already within Solace. Outsiders be damned.
Who was Serena?
Ah, blessed Sorina. She led Solace's rise from the ashes centuries ago, when an attack breached the walls and ruined our keep. She was a forceful and diligent leader who oversaw the rebuilding of the keep and established new traditions to keep us safe. Many, myself included, believe her traditions conflicted with Nandru's, which were more suited to a Solace in peacetime.
What kind of person was Nandru?
He was compassionate, eccentric, and charismatic.
Ooh.
He knew how to draw out the best in his people. A true leader. Tradition says that when he knew his life was ending, he sought quiet solitude, knowing his work here was complete. Not a word of tradition, spoken or written, speaks ill of our founder. It is perhaps the only thing on which we all agree.
Do you know anything about a garden?
If you ask about the tilled ground made for growing plants, no. Very few here have that knowledge. But Nandru did speak of a garden from time to time. He created the Wardens of Solace to oversee that garden specifically. No one can say for sure what the garden
that
meant
you could
to
make
him,
as much
for none
graphical
has set
display
foot there.
adjustments.
I
as you
fear I
could on
cannot help
PC.
you beyond that.
I do. Like, I wish I could, like, lower the shadow quality or the fire quality in order to keep 60 FPS. What kind of person was Nandru?
He was
Oh,
compassionate.
she just said that.
Not.
Alright, let's move
What
on.
more can I do?
What do
to
scholars do in
We
Solace?
pass on the oral histories of Solace and seek to uncover those historical knowledge we have lost over time. In return, the unenlightened Getuli of Solace curse, spit, and throw objects at us. It is truly a symbiotic relationship.
Should be going. Alright. This is a good moment though, gamers, to unclench your jaw, relax your shoulders, eat if you haven't ate, drink if you haven't drank. I'm going to be RB, use the restroom and so on. And we'll be right back. We're back, YouTube. Bar door. Alright, we'll speak to the council.
An outsider! I've never seen someone so tall.
Am tall.
This is not good.
What do you mean?
Oh, good. Someone's come along.
Okay.
I can't believe the only person that stopped is an outsider. Will you help me, please?
What do you need?
Ugh, my hammer. One of the smiths down below sold it to me, and I'm not likely to get such a fine one again. But with all the construction going on here, still, I slipped and dropped it. I think it's somewhere down there. Do you think you can find it,
What's all this construction even for?
Honestly, I don't even remember. It all started when my grandfather was a baby. I think something about restoration.
Solace has been under constant construction since Nandru set the first stone.
It does not matter. Can you save my hammer or not?
Sure. I'll go take a look.
Oh, Murti, you are a lifesaver. I'll wait right here.
Okay.
Found a spider the size of my face in my quarters last night.
Again? Ugh. I bet the officer's up above them.
Where am I? How did I find a new place?
The gods send you at the most opportune time.
Hey, Gabriel. What? I already read some of your notes. Go on.
Ah, the infamous Ediran envoy.
Infamous?
I'd heard of your resemblance to our illustrious founder, but I'd hardly believe it if I weren't seeing it for myself. The monks tell us that Nandru had a special connection to the land, a sense for where to find things. I wonder if you share it.
Why do I get the feeling you're about to ask me for something?
Ah, sharp as the tusks themselves. Our hunters can track beetles, birds, and boars, but do you know what the most elusive quarry in the tusks is?
You tell me.
It's water, of course. And yet you'd never know it from the way the councilors fuss. It's all tradition, this. Tradition, that.
Is there a problem with your water supply?
There's always been a problem with it. Chiefly that it tastes of rotten Zorip eggs. But no one can be bothered to fix it.
So what do you need me to do?
Find the scouts I already sent to fix the problem, if you please. There's an old godless aqueduct system in Slumbering Fields, far to the southwest. I sent a team to start repairs, but I haven't heard from them.
We're Lucas' team? I'm working on it.
Sent by the gods indeed. I'm not as superstitious as my compatriots, but your appearance and timing are more than a little fortunate. They were supposed to work on the section just north of the southern guard tower. You probably passed it when you entered the Tusks.
Huh. All right.
Ready yourselves.
council's just up this lift.
Are they gonna throw us in the volcano if this goes badly?
If we open our gates to Outlanders, we stand to lose everything. They will corrupt our people, destroy our traditions.
Our entire society faces destruction if we don't. We need trade. We need the rest of the world.
Boom. Bustin'.
We will talk about this later. We have a guest.
Cool walk, cool walk.
What is the meaning of this? Who let them in here?
They're here because I vouched for them.
Marius, you're alive.
There were rumors you died, Marius. We mourned you. You shouldn't have returned.
I trust you came back to us for good reason.
We just saw the steel garrote in the tusk. Your lives are in danger. You owe Marius a debt of gratitude for warning you of danger. He didn't have to come here.
We do. That's why he isn't in shackles and being brought to trial right now.
We can discuss shackles after we've talked about the steel garrote. They're coming for Solace Keep.
Nonetheless, returning with an Adiran in tow was foolish, Marius.
Foolish? I'd call it treacherous.
Right, well how about we all pile on Marius after we're sure Solace is safe?
We believe we need your help.
Indeed you do.
And we'll gladly help you. Right across our borders.
Believe me, I don't intend to stick
Okay,
around.
are you supposed to be like
Tell us
breaking
what we need to know and
traditions?
we'll be
Why are
gone
you
before
being
you
aggressive?
remember to miss me.
Very well. We'll deal with you later.
So, you need our help. What do you expect us to do for you, precisely?
Help us put an end to the Dream Scourge.
There is no Dream Scourge in Galawain's tusks.
Nor has there ever been.
Some arcane force, some spirit must protect this place.
It is the spirit of Nandru, our founder, that shields us. Loudly rings his name.
So it is believed, at any rate.
Your cynicism shames you, Kostya, and shames Nandru's sacred halls. When Nandru walked beneath the keep to meet the gods and disappeared into its depths, he knew what dangers would come for us. He left his wardens to protect us.
Every other community on this island already suffers from the Dream Scourge.
How can I trust an Adiran to truthfully report the state of the land beyond our borders?
These are unusual times, Mihala. Regrettably, I must confirm the envoy's tale. Our messengers have heard as much from Paradis, Fior, Thirdborn. Perhaps we have only been lucky. What if Nandru's aegis no longer protects us?
I do not believe it, but I am not unmoved by the stories we have heard from the other settlements. You say you mean to end this plague of madness, envoy?
Show us a path to the garden and we will.
There is no path.
Nor has there been for hundreds of years. There was a bridge once, but it fell in Nandru's time. How do you know of our garden, envoy?
We've determined it's the source of the Dream Scourge.
Mind how you speak of the garden in these halls, envoy.
The garden is our sacred purpose.
Bad. It's
Its
just
observation
is what it
and
is.
protection, a task handed to us by Nandru himself. He once wrote that the island spoke to him, perhaps as it has spoken to you.
The envoy does bear a remarkable resemblance to our founder, does she not?
The markings on your face, I recognized them. But I didn't want to believe an Adiran could have anything in common with Nandru.
I'm a reincarnation. No. I'm a godlike of the being in the garden. Maybe Nandru was too.
The godlike are gone.
Am I not right in front of
There's
you?
at least one left, and she's standing right in
Literally.
front of you.
Yeah.
Perhaps you are what you say, but it does not matter. We did not lie to you. The bridge has fallen. The path is long gone.
If there is another way, Envoy, you will have to discover it yourself. But I fear you will be disappointed.
I don't believe you.
I don't care if you do. You are free, as we all are, to believe or disbelieve as you like. Even if we knew of the potential of another path, we couldn't tell you. Your facial markings might be similar to Nandru's, but we will not change our ways for an accident of flesh and cartilage. You are an outsider and will remain one forever. The agent of an empire bent on destroying all that we have built. Envoy, you and those like you are why we are here. The Wardens exist to stand in your way.
My purpose is greater than the concerns of
However noble you may believe your purpose, it is yours alone.
It's mine, too.
You have no more standing in these halls than the Envoy does, Marius. We have no obligation, and indeed, no inclination to help you.
You're making a mistake, but I'll respect your wishes.
Good. Be sure of it.
Kostya, see the Envoy out of
Okay.
our halls. Enough time has been wasted on inconsequential matters.
You better be two-faced and
With
on
all
my
due
side now.
haste, Mihala.
And Marius, don't stay gone so long next time.
If this is the kind of warm welcome I can expect, I can't wait to come back.
Follow me, Envoy.
Right. I warned you they'd be useless. Or maybe I didn't, but I thought about it. You'd be better off tracking the Steel Garrote. At least they're not useless bureaucrats.
Politicians are alike everywhere, aren't they?
They sure are. I'm looting. Collection of papers. A stack of meeting minutes, notes, and assorted papers. For the most part, it's a collection of bureaucratic effluvia. Effluvia! Hidden amongst the marginalia and footnotes is a series of handwritten exchanges between Kostya and Mihala. Scrawled in shorthand and dripping with excessive punctuation, the two never seem to be in agreement about anything. Mihala writes most of her entries in full sentences. Kostya, on the other hand, shows a deep love for rude sketches. Councilman Kostya, as per our conversation on the topic, we are supposed to present a united front, not whatever that was. It has come to my attention that certain parties have been intercepting my letters to Adir. While I'm uncertain who might be responsible, I would advise the culprit to stop doing so. The margins of our meeting notes are not for caricatures, that's all. I look forward to another several hundred years or so working with someone more stubborn than stone. Kostya's sprawling cursive. Most of it's unintelligible, but a few lines are legible. I am done. Drive a spear through my heart. I cannot take this zealotry any longer. Not when everything we hold precious stands to burn to cinders because Mihala decided a dead man's words are more valuable than the lives of our people. What will it take to make her understand? Does Solace Keep need to fall before she opens her eyes? Taking it. The Writings of Serena 3. I'm grateful to Livu for playing the zealot. He draws in all the mean little rhetorical fights, so I can focus on the work. But must he preach from Eugen's walk? Should Nandru's living word really ring out in the killing pit? Of course, Livu denies Nandru's divine inspiration. Livu claims I have as much claim to lead Solace as Nandru ever did, and that the new law is whatever I decide it must be. Does he actually believe it, or is he playing the firebrand so I can appear to temper him? There's a terrible danger in turning away from the tablets. They were the wellspring of power in Solace, and whoever controlled their interpretation controlled our course. But the tablets themselves were fixed, unchanging objective. That rigidity was killing us, just as it would shatter bad steel, but it also limited the council to narrow roles. Now that the living word lives in us, it can be turned to anyone's ambition. We are shooting terrible rapids with civil war on one side and slow ruin on the other. We must change Nandru's word to guide Solace forward and to bury the secrets of our founders' past. Then I must hurl that changed word as far into history as I can. I must fix it all as tradition and embed the source of that tradition deep in the past, where no craven counselor can reach it. So let Levu preach from the very crack of doom. Let him be the last voice before the plunge into acid. Give Serena her power or we will all die. May they believe it in their hearts. I pray to Wodica that they never wonder why I'm so set on dismissing Nandru's writings. There is a source to this land's madness. There's something alien here that must never be released.
Still lingering, Adiren?
I'll be on my way.
Good.
And then I'm gonna save. Because we have a political letter that we can choose whether or not to use.
Envoy.
Might I have a word?
I just wanted a word before you went on your way.
Are you our buddy? Yes.
I wanted to apologize for what happened in the council chamber. The situation here is desperate. We have more mouths than food. The old sicken, the young suffer. But Mihala, well, she's a devoted warden to her core. I think she'd rather we starve than ask for help.
What's going on in Solace Keep?
There are just not enough resources to go around. And it's causing people to fall ill. She won't let our people leave, or speak with outsiders, or trade for the resources we need. There is no reasoning with her. Anything that doesn't strictly serve our oath to Nandru is treason of the highest order. It's why I play my part where she can see. I don't want to risk her wrath.
She did seem quite passionate.
She's a zealot. She forgets that doctrine is worth less than living. Much like your Inquisitor Ludwig, I suspect. Two sides of the same miserable coin. Mihala has firm principles, and I respect the strength of them. But it's all so pointless. If we stay in this keep, we will surely die. Neither our oaths nor this keep will prevent our people from starving. Change must happen. We need to leave the keep. Do you understand me?
It seems to me like there are enough resources, but it'll cost you. Hi, Ein. How are you doing today? Welcome in. What do you want from me exactly? Whatever you're angling for. No, what do you want?
The keep decays, and we drown in a rot. The wardens defend a corpse against that which would revive it. We will not last here much longer. Not without food, building materials, medical supplies. I let Nadiran trade caravans slip past our patrols, but that's hardly enough. We need so much more. All of which your ambassador in Paradis could provide. If I could only start the conversation.
Count me intrigued. Assuming I can help, what will you give me in return?
Information. You're looking for another path to the garden. I don't know if there is one, but I know who might. You were right, you know. The Stilgarot are in the mines at Mount Forja, looking for the garden even as we speak. If they haven't found what you're looking for, they will soon. I hear their commander is a determined woman.
Why didn't you tell Mihala?
Because I know how she'd react. Mihala would have had us rushing headlong to our deaths fighting the Stilgarot. She does not care about how the situation could advantage us. The garden does not matter to me. Whether it's you or the Stilgarot who find it, I don't care.
What then is of
My people.
importance?
Every person who is alive now, and every generation to come.
That's the most sensible thing we've heard yet.
A bit.
The Inquisitor is a questionable creature, but she might be all that stands between us and doom. She has the Ambassador's ear. With her support, he might agree to trade with us.
Ambassador Hilgard is a reasonable man. You don't need Ludwig's support.
It doesn't matter how reasonable he is if I don't have his ear.
I'll go!
I am an aging dwarf from a small, fanatical order on the ass end of a volcanic wasteland. Against Mihala's wishes, I have written to him many times. He refuses to lend his ear. But if a powerful ally were to speak on my behalf, there might be something I could offer him. Something like the keep.
You give them the keep? Have you lost your Sundan mind?
Solace Keep is just a place. You're looking for a way to help your people, aren't you?
The keep. Its inane traditions. None of that means anything to me. I want to offer up Solace Keep to Adir and the Stilgarot in exchange for goods and gold.
God.
That's a sensible trade in my book.
Its existence has
Kai
cost
likes
us
it.
so much.
But maybe we can find
The
like a
least it
better
can do
balance.
is buy a
I don't
future
really
for
want
our
to do
people.
what the Steel Garrote wants. Knew you were a fucking snake. Hopefully Mihala will see it.
Kind words I did not think I would hear. I doubt she will, though. Mihala believes your empire cannot see us as anything but rivals. An agreement may protect us from dying from deprivation, and perhaps also keep us safe from Adir's hunger.
It would change you all.
Yes, and that change would be an excellent one. We would be free of this keep, and able to explore, to breathe again. It might seem a foolish idea, but better to be a fool who tried than a coward who did not. I thought you'd empathize with this more. Your quest for the garden is also a fool's errand.
You're allowed your opinions, and I will have mine.
And you've shared them all with me. I want you to get what you want, Envoy. My hope is that you don't kill the Inquisitor before I get what I want too.
The Steel Garrote are unpredictable. They might force my hand.
I would never ask you not to defend yourself, Envoy.
I don't like this guy.
In any case, the Stilgarot are at the Mount Forja mines. To get there, head west across the primordial depths. Do as you will. I believe the Pargrunen and the Adirians can forge a mutually beneficial alliance. That will not happen if there is unnecessary bloodshed. Also,
What?
well, if you happen to head north, you might pass by the Living Archives, a monastery dedicated to preserving our history. The monastery hasn't been in touch in days, and I can't spare a warden to check on them. Oh, please, look in on them, if you can.
Right, I get it. He wants us to run his errands.
I do, Marius, because I trust you. And by extension, I trust the envoy. Is that so outrageous? You were missed here. Whatever the front I put forward may have led you to believe.
You have a funny way of showing it.
I wouldn't ask if it wasn't serious, envoy. They are to the north of Solace Keep, along the main road. And beware, if my warden's reports are accurate, there are a considerable number of Zaribs between here and there. Look for Elder Grigor at the archives. He should be able to give you a full accounting. I pray nothing terrible has happened. Thank you for this, envoy. You are more than the villains your people are made out to be.
He's in a tough position, but I believe he's trying to do right by his people.
Okay, we gotta go have a convo team. Okay, there's a lot of stuff up there. Yeah, let's just go to the camp and take a little rest and see what everybody's got to say.
Envoy, coming back to Solace is not easy for me. A lot of memories, not all happy ones.
Commandant Mihala seemed to think highly of you.
She took an interest in me when I first came to Solace. No idea why. I was an outsider and a child. She had every right to make me someone else's problem, but she didn't.
She must have seen something in you.
I struggle to see it myself. Maybe my mirror's dirty. Just makes it harder coming back. After the way I left things here.
Did something happen to you?
I grew up in Solace. They took me in when I was a child, and they treated me like one of their own. Until I left.
Oh, I see. How dare they treat you with kindness and generosity? Who do they think they are? Why did you leave?
Well, over the years, I started getting the feeling I was lied to, like everyone in Solace knew something I didn't. Whenever I asked about where I came from, I never got a straight answer. You're here now, they'd say. That's what matters.
You think they were hiding something about your past?
Oh, they definitely were. I swear on Magrin's breath. What could have been so bad that they wouldn't even tell me about it? Was it something I did? Something I didn't do? I left because I felt like everyone there was keeping something from me. Like I didn't belong there. And they all knew it.
Take a moment, Marius. Breathe.
Right. Okay. Thanks. I had to get out of there. I slipped out in the night, never said a word to anyone. Didn't look up till I got to Paradise. And here I am, back again. Funny how things work out. Anyway. Not before I've done some reading.
Kai?
Talking to Kostya,
So much campsite
it's gotta be nice to
conversation.
meet someone who's
Yeah.
happy to see adherence for a change.
What do you think about Kostya's plan for a deal with Adir?
I can tell he's struggling against the current, which is a shame because he's looking out for his people rather than an old building. Tradition and history have their place, but
I just can't see putting it ahead of the welfare of the living. But you're the envoy. I'm wondering what you think about it.
It's reckless. He's betting his people's future on a risky deal, assuming they'll adapt.
Maybe so. Sometimes you just work with what you got.
What's up, Tuluk? Welcome in.
Rawatai's grown over the centuries through dozens of expansions, conquests, and alliances. Many were bloody and hard-won, but I still can't find myself wishing for the alternative. We wouldn't have lasted if we stayed a small Almawa tribe struggling against a barren, stormy spit of land.
Come on, dying out and aggressive conquests aren't the only options.
Fair enough, and that's not exactly the choice in front of the Pargrunen either.
True.
The question is, do you really think Kostya and his people are better off sticking around here than taking their chances with Adir? Or striking out into the living lands?
Anything's better than this. They should take their chances elsewhere.
I only hope they get that chance. We'll be covered in ash by morning.
Giada, what do you have to say?
I've seen council meetings get out of control, but that one was for the books. Almost as bad as when I asked the governor for some unconventional equipment. He nearly had a heart attack.
What kind of unconventional equipment?
A corporeal inverter. In layman's terms, it replaces living things with dead things by killing them. Maybe it wasn't my smartest investment, but I thought it had research potential.
Kostya seems more innovative in his
If the
thinking, at
steel
least.
garrote is what passes for innovative, then Solace is in deep trouble. It's remarkable, really, what people do for traditions that have lost all meaning. The garden is your birthright, and the wardens don't seem to know why they're guarding it in the first place. If anyone has a right to enter the garden, it's you.
Wherever I go, I have to prove myself to strangers.
Such is the life of an envoy. The council made their choice. If they won't let you into the garden, we just have to find another way.
Okay.
Pleasant dreams.
We still gotta do the stuff with Petru. So we'll go back.
Any news, Andrada?
Sorry, Geoffrey. Captain. No, the council's still going at it. You know how Mihala is.
Alright, where... Is that where the hammer is? Nice. Solwyn, Mina, Vena. I think it's Mina? Yeah.
Damn. Outsiders in the keep? Joffrey really must be shit at commanding the wardens if you got in. Marius? You're back? God's alive. I never thought I'd see you again.
Mina, is that you? Didn't recognize you with all that whiskey smell around you.
The whiskey helps me sleep. I've been working extra shifts without Petru here. Things would be a lot better if he was still in charge.
Is there lack of leadership in the keep?
You bet your fat-bottomed ass there is. Joffrey's fine, but he's green compared to our old captain, Petru. It's supposed to be a temporary post, but Petru went missing a few weeks ago and still hasn't come back. Of course, Mihala says he's on council business, but that's a load of saka. There's more that goes on in this keep than that old crone knows about. It's law in the keep that we don't ever leave Solace. Ever. Not unless we're on assignment at an outpost. Your friend Marius here is an example as to what happens if we do. Some people don't like that.
And Marius is fine.
Petru... he skirted the rules. Has some project out there, at that abandoned warden tower. He usually goes out for a day or two, but always comes back. It's been weeks now, and nothing. I figure
bode well.
Something must have happened to him. Who knows what's out there? Attacked by Zaribs, killed in a lava flow.
That old tower is a good spot to look for clues for his whereabouts. What's he working on outside of the keep?
I don't know. Petru's always been cagey about it. We've been friends for years, but he still keeps his journal to himself. Insists it's for the good of Solace, though, and I'm inclined to believe him. He's the best captain the Wardens have ever had. Look, I know it's not your business, but you're the only one who can go in and out of the keep. If you happen to go by the abandoned Warden Tower, just to the northwest of Solace, keep an eye out for him, all right? Even a clue as to where he is would help. Maybe I'd be able to convince Joffrey to send someone after him.
I'll do what I can.
Never thought I'd see an outsider do more for me than my own people. Thanks, Adiren.
Sometimes people just leave. He's probably drunk somewhere feeling bad about it.
That's it. I'm cutting you off, Mina. You're talking nonsense.
That's Saka, and you know it. You're too...
Beetle. A how-to. Blocky script was written with an overly heavy hand. What is beetle? It's the wretched excuse for mead that we have in this god's forsaken waste we call a home. It's a beverage as harsh and unyielding as the Pargrunen that drink it. It's a point of pride for Solace's proud defenders. Excuse me. And a shared hatred that brings our people together. That's what beetle is. To truly appreciate beetle and the horrendous process through which it is made, you first must know of its origins. When my great-great-great-great-great-grandmother... The letter continues like this for several paragraphs before finally reaching it in laughably short recipe.
Mihala to even think otherwise.
I'll have to bring this to the council's attention.
I hastily scrawled words from the beginning of a poem that was never finished. What would I do for you, my son? There's quite a list, far more than one. I would travel to the garden for you. I would eat a bowl of solace stew. I would rather play with you instead of handling the wares of honored dead. I would split apart the greystone sky to give you a look at the world outside, but for now all I can do is...
No, I couldn't possibly... It's too precious. Safe. In the drawer.
We mustn't, I gasp, pushing her away from me as our lips part. It isn't right. Provetica is upon us, my heart, she sobs, reaching up to card her fingers through my hair. We must seize what happiness where we can. I gaze into her eyes, limpid pools of tears, and take her in as she stands before me. Her hair tousled from our strenuous activities falls gracefully over her shoulder in waves and more beautiful than any ocean. Mihala, I whisper her name like a prayer. She surges forward, our tongues battling for dominance. goes on like this for pages. Hey, oh! Somebody's writing smut up here! Good for y'all. Good for them.
An outlander. What do you think? I think that's real fruit.
We're still level 21. Okay.
We'll probably go to the council.
Okay, since we're out here, let's go to Adir. Or not Adir, Dawn Shore. Never did really look over here, I feel. Oh, yeah, that's not... I'm not supposed to go over there. Okay. Probably should have done the Sansa thing first, but it's fine. That's Liviana's clinic. Militia barracks. Northern Paradise. I'm gonna cry. Sapadal asking me in my dreams about love and tells me to dream of shivering scales. I will. I know. I remember. I remember that, and I was just like, ah! I love this game! There are not many fics on AO3 yet with Kai / the Envoy, but I hope this game gets a renaissance, much like Mass Effect, where it stays forever. I get a kick out of the Google search AI messing things up, like trying to figure out how to holster weapons in Atomfall, only to hear about how I can equip my Blades of Chaos in Atomfall. My goodness. That's so unique.
Envoy?
Yes, you're not who I need to see. Yep, this is not where I'm meant to be. Yeah. I gotta go to the embassy. Ilgard. Dang.
Envoy, a pleasure as always.
Oh, I can't bring him the letter? Well, dang, I kind of thought coming there would have made it a little bit easier for that quest, but guess not. Yeah, kind of. Let's just go back. Try to do as much of the side stuff as we can before we get to play Payday. I'm looking for a loophole. I can't remember. Does it tell me which one's the most difficult? It does. Okay, so let's go do the beetle. Running, running, and running, running. Ah. How do we get up there? Elio?
Gods. Just the smell in here makes me wish I hadn't eaten today.
I will never complain about Marius' laundry habits again.
Marius likes to wash a ton of stuff, though. That's not really fair.
Here we go. Is that all you got?
Ancient arrowhead.
Come and get me! Time for a new weapon. Oh, you see that?
Are they exploding?
I can't.
That hurts.
Around. You're not looking good. One for you.
Hello? There we go. Oh, I thought, okay, I killed the bounty, but the bounty is not the tough part. There. Oh god. Hey, there we go. Oh no! Hashtag mildly. You're not supposed to stand in the red circle of death. No. I was just like, maybe I can out DPS it. Not quite. Not quite. Bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Let's go get that again. Alright, fine. I wasn't souped up before, but I will be now. Boom. And then, let's go. I'll take some health. I'll take damage reduction. And then I'll take more movement speed. Reload speed. Even more dexterity. Let's go. Never gonna happen. This has been a tried and tested idea for around 3 decades of MMO practice. True. What? Shoot. One skeleton did a flip when it died. Oh shoot. Just having a good old time.
Not bad, Marius.
That reminds me. I need to see. Is it working? Okay, it is. Gamers, it is officially fixed. If you ever want to take quick clips,
here we go.
My replay buffer is officially working now. God, which one? Which one? Which one? Is working. I still wasn't able to find the original Yippee, but this one is perfect. All right, let's do this again. I don't know where my original folder went. I'm just glad it played the right spot, to be honest, and I could hear it this time. I'm in the wrong spot now. I'm stuck, I'm stuck, I'm stuck, I'm stuck, I'm stuck. There we go. Marius can get up again. That next tier is a little tough. Damn. I need to drink that potion, makes it to where I can use my second wind again if I need to.
Appreciate it.
Alright, let's heal. And then he...
Stay.
Ihaise! Masansude!
Nice. And we've done it. Annihilated the entire colony of beetles. And if we thought our gun was good before, it is even better now. Next upgrade, I can put maybe in here. Be nice. Increases weapon damage by 35% to 40%. Doesn't really seem that great. Could get a bear. Summon a bear. Don't really need to do that. I'll do the flurry of blows. All of the dream thralls get it. Why can't I? Speaking of which, where is it? Ah, so they've all gotten moved over. It's okay. How do I go from one menu to the next, though? Oh, well. It's kind of a big deal. That makes it move really fast. What's its cooldown? Maybe 30 seconds? Question mark? Anything cool? Parkour. Climbing up somewhere. I don't know really where. Alright. Should I be down here?
Guess we're
Okay.
finding another way across.
Yeah, well, I kind of found it. Yeah. Ideally, you get the next god statue here.
Invade and dig and push and... till the land pushes back.
How is this our fault? We've lived here for centuries.
The mountain screams. The distant island wails, and you know nothing of it. And you say you are children of this land.
Okay, but we're just here for water.
Well, hello. The Lemgen.
Stay back, creatures of flesh and fur and bone. You follow one another into the snare.
Abidan's hammer. Did Gabriel send you? You've got to get us out of here.
Gabriel sent me. They said you were repairing the aqueduct.
The land cries out in protest, and you send more from your stinking, teeming warrens?
Why would we poison the very water we need? That makes no sense. Marius, is that you? Can you talk some sense into anyone here?
Sorry, Raluca. You knew the answer to that before you asked.
Do you understand so little? You awoke an ancient presence with your digging and delving. It waits in the ruins, among the bones of the dead. The land fights back against it, curdling the water.
That could only happen through a powerful channeling of essence. Is there Audra nearby?
This land is connected.
The plant?
Veins
Is
and
that
roots
Marina
all
Sirtis?
intertwined.
Diana Troy
The
from
land feels.
Star Trek
it
Next
remembers.
Generation?
Like a tree choked with vines, it seeps poison to defend itself from the aggressor. The interloper.
Also
We
Diana
feel
Troy,
presence.
one of my first childhood crushes.
It rises like bile in our throat. We fear it.
Oh.
But burrowing worms clog the ears of these fools. I warn them, and they hear nothing.
Let me investigate. I can deal with whatever's in those ruins.
What is this madness? You bear the mark of this land in the ridges of your flesh and the rings of your soul. Surely you must know better.
I sense malignant essence in those ruins. I have expertise in these matters. Your brilliant plans let poison water spread. That's why you must allow me to help.
Very well. Your insight would be helpful.
God, if
Still
only
that
this
foul
was-
presence, and let the waters
this
flow
character got to
sweet
run in
and
60
clear
frames.
once more. Clear the old one's water roads to slake this parched land. Do this, and I shall release these vermin to scurry back to their nest.
Okay.
Might want to give that.
Stay away from the water, Envoy, unless you want to die in it.
Apparently Marina Sirtis was our first Mommy Asari, Matriarch Benezia. No way, really? Hold up, how did I never catch that? Also, am I pronouncing her last name right? I'm worried I'm not.
Here it comes.
Nice shot!
Yes, she was Matriarch Benezia in Emmy, opposite Garrus. Damn. Maybe it's just been so long since I've played through the first game again. I played through it again when the Legendary Edition came out. But the real ones know. We all love... That didn't work. We all love ME1, but it's a little bit of a slog to play through again. And again. And again. Maybe like... It's hard to play through like 8 times. Which, in the amount of times that I've played the game over the years, is about where I am. I replayed through ME1 solely to do every side quest so I could see the characters reappear in 2 and 3. Same. Bite your tongue, I played through like 6 times. I'm not saying that it's not a good playthrough. But like after like 6 to 8 times, you're like, okay, alright, it's getting there. The gameplay from 2 was modded into 1, be easier to go back? I think so. I made sure I got all of the, what are they called? You know how in ME1, if you play through the game over and over again with different classes, you're able to transfer a skill from the class to the next one? I did all of those for all the classes. I'm gonna take... I'm not gonna take lip about playing a game from someone who wants their games to play themselves. At times, not all the time. Sometimes it's a breath of fresh air. And look, HSR is like the only game that does that, and HSR loves to come back and bite me in the ass and make me spend 3 hours on a singular boss fight, okay? So, like, give me a break, alright? Give me like a little bit of a break. Mako stays just needs to be improved. I agree. No. Fair enough. Damn.
Nice job.
Squirrel's Nest has the point you want the game, then play the game. Don't let the game play itself. I do play the game daily, I might add. And I do not run auto during the boss fights, because you can. And so I do play the game. But if I am playing a game in where I have to sign in daily, and there is a lot of grind, it's kind of nice when it does play itself. I am... and I will defend that.
Stand back.
You can't do that with every genre. Nah, you walk around manually because you have to, but 99% of the fights you auto all the way. In HSR, in the main boss fights, they do not allow you to auto. In the story quests, there is generally, bosses don't count. Why not? Okay, here's the thing. Again though, I do simulated universe. This is stuff that you guys don't see on stream, where you have to do a weekly, like, expedition through the thing, or through the simulated universe. And you have to go through different planes, and there's tons of different mechanics within those. And you have to get curios and stuff like that and continue to play through. Yeah, I play HSR as well. So yeah, wait, what are you, okay. And you're saying you don't run it on auto at all? Hey, look, you know what? Hey, y'all can say all you want. Y'all can say all you want about me wanting my, my games to play themselves at times. But do y'all read the lore? Are y'all reading the lore? Just saying. Yeah. Alright, fair enough. I read all the lore. Well, you have beaten Genshin. You win this argument. You're right. You know I can't read, dude. What the fuck? I'm sorry, Squirrel. You're right. You're excluded from that.
Next one's mine.
Yeah, all the lore for all the quests. Yeah, you win. Because I'm really only talking about lore that, like, not entirely side quest lore. But I know you will. You read all of it. A lot of stuff I can, like, I skim through. Jesus Christ. Ow. Huh. That's interesting. Why is that timer going off a little bit more often today? That's fine. Figure it out. I spent many an hour running around looking for the lore pick pages. Fair. This game's too well planned out. I just got yelled at for climbing onto a shrine to Wodoka in Parodies. Isn't that fun? Then when I got down, the guy was like, typical Adir in respect. Disrespect. Whoa, brother. Whoa, slow down.
Watch yourselves.
That is a lot of enemies that I think I maybe could have tried killing before. Oh well, it's gonna be fine. This is what, like, one of the weaker options. Go disrespect his mom. Get him. But here's another thing though, I will say. Mostly all RPGs have a auto battle system. Aren't in RPGs the role-playing part of the game the most important part of the gameplay? Am I hitting him? Feels like that's not really hitting. That guy looks cool. Nah, I'm gonna go respect her for many, many hours. I would say that most do not have an auto battle. Personas do. The Personas do. I know that there's some Final Fantasies that do. And that's... And then, what is it? I know Persona 5. Persona 3 Reload. That is where an argument could be made where the genre has changed with current gaming standards, not necessarily perverted, I would say. The early Final Fantasy did not have auto battle. Unless we hooked our controller with a rubber band to hold down the button. The good old days. I make this joke with literally... Wait, I thought the P of RPG was the most important. Auto battle didn't come about until about 2005. Yeah, it lines up. Alright, where... I need that... corpse. For the bounty. And it's gonna be kind of a bummer if I can't find it. There we go. Is it down there? Where is it? I always lose it in this. This little guy. Yo, you're cool looking. Yo, look at you. Look at the little goat. That's kind of fun. Would you start the character, then hit the walk to button and let it go? I mean, yeah. I mean, gaming has definitely changed throughout the years.
Something lurks here.
Spooky.
Ready? Aim.
A ruined workshop. Might have what we're looking for.
I got fancy with my OG Final Fantasy VII rubber bands to hold the thumbstick to make circles and just mash on the attack command. Let that run for the night. Is there anything? Oh, it's just an extra entrance. Honestly though, I am gonna do that because I'm bringing Yahtzee. I love Marius. I feel like I've kind of talked to everybody in which it's kind of important. And so I kind of want to bring Yahtzee just in case there's illusions, because I've already found one. Let me do that.
That meeting of the Solace Council did not go as planned.
It was a whole lot of exactly what I expected, honestly. It's all processes and traditions and arguments over texts written by non-Drews centuries ago.
Same story everywhere. Though, much of Rauatai's history is recorded in chants, so half our debates are sung. It doesn't resolve our feuds, but it does make them more entertaining.
Do you think there's hope for the Council? Or are they too stuck in their ways?
Do I look like an Usundid politician? There's a reason I spend most of my time as far from civilization as possible.
Well, I'd vote for you, dearie. If only to see you squirm.
Okay. What time is it? 5:53. Yep, we got a few more minutes. Ow.
Another one down.
Where'd you go?
I was just getting warmed up.
Where'd it go? All right, got one. Okay, and that's where we killed the king guy. Okay. That way, next time we played Avowed, we will be going straight into a cool little place that has to do with our little Sapa doll. So that'll be fun. Alright. And so, chat, say goodbyes to YouTube as I am about to end the recording because we're about to go and play some Payday 2. Very excited. I've heard really good things about the game over the years. I'm going to be playing with the Doggers, Squirrels Nuts, and Kiwi Kiwi. I'm very excited. But yeah, that is it. That was a fun little bit. Mostly main story stuff. Just getting into Solace. So we'll probably do a lot of like side quest cleanup. Saturday. So yeah, not bad, not bad. And so, without further ado, YouTube, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, bye-bye.